Hello and welcome to the êPP Podcast. This week it's a bit later. I'm sorry for that, I had a lot of exams this week. But right now we are looking at an 1678 save played by the êPP server on EU board. I will activate Terra Incognita. I will deactivate it so we can see the colonies, the totally relevant colonies. And yes, we will start with Vu and Oda. Manchu has died. It got a gang visit by Yuan, Oda, and Vu. I will start with Oda. Oda has a pretty bad army professionalism. Nice general, like this one is pretty good. With 4 siege, nice. 2 for siege generals, which is pretty nice. Overflowing in mill. So ever suboptimal. I think you're finished with this. Yeah, you're completely finished here. Tech wise, you are in a great state, 22 and everything. Your estates are looking pretty good. Like you can farm some points here. Only 8%. Let me check. Merchant guilds. Oh yeah, you should update some. Here, like for example, here you already have 87. You can upgrade this. Give it to burgers, you can upgrade this to 2. Like these are some small things, like at this point you're already pretty well built up. Like look, you have most manufacturers built. Conscription centers still need a lot of work. The training fields need not a lot of work. Universities are not that well built. So you still have a lot of stuff to be built. Your ruler is pretty awesome, 5-4-6, man, that's pretty nice. Autonomy trait, cruel. That could be good for proccing the disaster if you want it. Overall, you should hire an advisor for admin ASAP, even though you're probably overflowing with admin like most of the people. This one looks pretty solid. Nice pickup here with the half price advisor. Policy wise, you are rocking a lot of them. I don't know why you're not rocking trade efficiency. You're running goods produce production efficiency and advisor, because I would run trade efficiency over advisor cost if I were you. It's probably worth a bit more. You're on selective isolationism. I'm sorry for the mouse cursor, it's bugging around a bit. Yeah, I think you should go to adaptive. You still have 2 coming up, but I think they cannot proc outside of spread of Christianity. Yeah. And you're at above 7 morale with everything in, which is pretty good. An example of a Bushido. What is an example of a Bushido? This sounds like an mission. So I don't know where this 15% is coming from. It's pretty nice though. You have 10% here. Like, I don't know where the 15% are coming from. Like you went with religious, which is a morale heavy build overall. I somewhat dislike the humanist pickup. I would have went for another idea overall, as I dislike humanist. Like I think it's a good idea overall, but policy, it's giving you additional policy. A free policy as well, and goods produced, which is pretty nice, but I just think it's not that good in that time right now. I'm not looking at Manchu, the country is dead. Let's look at Vu. I will do a development overview at Vu right now. Who are you looking for, I would say. Economic ideas is a nice pickup, even though I honestly need to say that it's a bit late. I would have put it here, but this is like the controversy. I dislike innovative later on, but I also dislike it early on. It's weird because the build cost right now is just not that strong anymore. Overall, still a nice Vu idea set. I don't know if he's going to farm attack here. I highly doubt it though. He did a lot of deathing. He has not that big of a force limit. Pretty bad morale overall. Like he's certainly weaker than the other countries around him. But Vu is playing in a different style in a way, like not fully min-maxing the army. He is having a colony here and a colony here. Pretty nice, 7 Merchants, no, he's a parliament. Right now he's rocking trade efficiency, pretty nice. So, and now we go to the development map mode. And then you see this sexy motherfucker country. Like, holy fuck, is it sexy. So many 30 dev, ugly 38. So many beautiful 30 dev provinces. What is this? 14 tax. You can do better than that. I really like a lot of the pickups he have done. Like, look at that income from minor states, I would say. It's really nice. Pretty well done. I overall really like the state of this country. Like, here you go. South Henan was just conquered, I think. If this will get developed above 20, like to 30, like he has already a lot of points stored up, it will work out kinda good. Like, the merchants are looking fine right now. He's allied to Oda and Malaya. Like, I think Asia is looking good, but now we're coming to a country after we checked Oda's development, which is still pretty lackluster. Like, it's okay, don't get me wrong, a lot of 20s, but you could get a lot more potential out of this country. So we are going to the strongest country in the game, Siam. 1 million manpower, that's strong. Again a 666, like he has the by far the highest average ruler points I have ever seen in all my life playing U4. Got really old as well, like a solid point pickup. Why are you going up? And I guess your timing, yeah, for the timing. I really like the idea set pickup. I think overall it's probably one of the best pickups overall. I really like the build. He conquered a lot of India, he beat Batua back. And another thing is Batua lost the coast, which is pretty big for Batua later on. Siam right now is rocking an insane force limit. We are talking about like 1 million force limit already. The generals are insanely good. Discipline is nice. Morale is still the only weak point, but right now Siam is probably still the strongest country in the game. Like, the income here, 650, is insanely good. Overall the country is really good, and I think no one can beat him in a one-on-one. Like 2,862 development. A bit low on the manpower side, but that's understandable at this point. Let's look at the development. They are nicely done. Overall 2020 everywhere. This is the recently conquered stuff. It will be dev to 20 as well. Really nice. Manufacturers are nearly everywhere. Conscription centers as well. Universities, yeah, like the recently conquered stuff is still not fully developed, but that's understandable. Let's go to Malaya. Malaya right now is rocking a nice. Oh man, that's sexy. 130% discipline. Mediocre generals. Bad morale, but the country's not aimed at that. Interesting pickup here. You're not rocking the 10% event. Making 1,000 ducats. Like, Malaya is by far the richest nation in the game. Malacca, it's a trade note with only 74%. Is already that strong. Yeah, most of the things are already leveled up to level 3 and such, which is a really nice thing. The income is really good. Hey, you can farm. Here you're getting a casually 10k ducats out of that, which is probably some years of income for most nations. Overall, a nice build. You went maritime. Maritime is a really underrated idea pickup. I think a lot of more people should have picked it up. A really nice pickup in my eyes. Ditched Explo. Overall, pretty solid build. Country is in a really nice state. I am not going to look at Ethiopia that long. Ethiopia is in a really weak spot. Right now, was not played. Like the income is really nice, but naval ideas, Omega Lul. Yeah, I think the country won't survive that long. The country is just in the point where it will get replaced by a stronger country. Mughals have died, Rip Sassoon. I will go to Batua. I am not looking at the average death right now that much. I will only do it at every second country. I think it's a bit better. Batua had a downfall. I think Batua is not in a hot spot right now. Yeah, Batua has seen the best of its days. Like the idea set is really nice, but I just think it's hard. He cannot defend this anymore. He can hardly defend this. So what is this? What is this, Batua? Was Batua played by an AI? Because that's forbidden. Yeah, it was played by an AI. Your country ain't looking hot. Got beaten here, or better sold. Malaya got here. I think Batua is pretty rip right now. Not looking hot. Development is pretty subpar. Like this is 20, but yeah, it's pretty bad. Like the province count is still a thing that is really good for the country, but overall, I don't see this country being that strong overall for the future. Like I really like the change to patriarchy. I think patriarchy is really underrated. With the 10%, 20%, you can even go full death cost retard and go 5% death cost, but 10% morale is way better. And this one is pretty sexy, the free policy. But Paradox says that the 10% stability cost modifier is pretty strong, huh? So yeah. Overall army professionalism is at 100. Country ain't looking hot. Rum will be overtaken by Xerxes, as far as I heard. Country is dropped massively. I think the country is hot trash right now. The it cannot even pay properly pay its armies. You can farm a lot of points. Yeah, like you're essentially missing one of the biggest sessions for overall nation building. Yeah, nation ain't looking hot. I think Poland or Yuan will probably attack it at any point. Country ain't looking that, but I think it requires some diplomacy to come back. Ruthenia. Let's go to Ruthenia. Ruthenia, a way better spot than I imagined. I still think the country is somewhat useless, but yeah, it's nicely deft everywhere. Oh no, not everywhere. I got fooled by ducks. Country looking okay on that front. Can farm points, but I think Darthman left after some time. Yeah, don't know which set this actually is. Looks interesting, to say at least. Yeah, nation is just mediocre. It's Polish ideas, so always strong, but don't get ahead of ourselves. Like naval ideas should be ditched if it's getting a player again. So, attack Yuan. Yuan is for me one of the winners, probably the second winner of the session. You got way stronger. I still disagree with this big time. Air Force limit is not that high. Expansion. Did I miss something? This looks well, I don't understand this at all. Like this for me is a pretty bad pickup. Like a really bad pickup. He's way bigger. He can control states. Fashionalism is looking good. Overall, nation is in a decent spot, but once this here is ready to be integrated, this country will get stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. if you get this, you can restore the Ilkhanate. And how close is he actually to forming the Mongol Empire? I don't think it will happen, but that would be a cool thing to see a Mongol Empire in an MP. Yeah, overall the country is deft pretty bad, like overall I would say not deft at all. Yeah, country has a fuck ton of potential. Like nothing is built in this country, nothing. I think this country is a ticking time bomb, like Russia. It can become really strong. I think the income is high enough, so it can build up in like one bankruptcy war. But I just don't see Yuan being like the big player. And then I will go to the big boy, if we're talking about him. This thing in Russia, pretty strong session. 400 income. Got a lot of cash from the friendly walrus in Italy. Wholesome as always. 400 income. This is pretty sexy. Overall really nice on that front as well. Still a lot of missions to do. A lot of them. He's already making 10k as an empire recovery with having unloyal boyars. Which is interesting to say. At least I think the country is in a really nice spot when it comes to that. The country can really improve a lot in buildings. Oh, you build a lot of manufacturers, I didn't know that. Only 7k in debt. Like, not a single conscription center is built. Like, he's rocking it good first, I mean, everything. But this country is just like a ticking time bomb. If I were Zayd, I would stop him right now. Like, this won't work out for long. I think in the 17th century, this country will become a horror. And if the race starts to become revolutionary and Russia wins, excuse me, I don't see anyone but Siam beating Russia. Overall, let's look at the def. Russia is well deft, like you have shit like Stockholm and Abo. You deft with tax as well, but overall pretty nicely built. Really like the country so far. I think right now it's one of the better countries. Like morale is garbage, discipline is okay, absolutism is at 86, pretty strong. Yeah, some things that can be built up, but the country is in a good shape. So let's look at Great Britain. Great Britain has nearly finished the plan. I'm not going to spoil the plan, but country looking good. Like, this is a weakness right now. I disagree with the humanist pickup. Still some stuff to be built, but overall not looking that bad. Wait. Oh man, this is big misplay. Big misplay. Income is pretty underwhelming. I would have thought he would have had way more. At this point, let me check the channel. Oh yeah, Malaya's... I forgot to mention this. Malaya is getting cash out of the English channel right now, so they're probably similar at around 800. As you can see, he's building up a lot of fleets. Zayd's country is in a good state. Like, overall, pretty bad morale, good discipline. But yeah, like right now, he will just get beaten by the stronger tax overall. I don't think he is in a bad state, but he cannot beat most of Siam, for example, or I even think Italy or Russia beats him in a one-on-one right now. Like, professionalism ain't that hot. 48%. Let's take a look at Poland. Was subbed for Camilo. I think country ain't looking hard. Income is pretty bad. Like, he is getting way less subsidies from the stupid Italy player. Yeah, nothing has changed regarding this country. Like, this country is still in the shape It always has been. Like really good professionalism by now, nice manpower build up. Army is strong and all, but I just don't think it's like it's still a weaker partner of Italy. Like it's looking like Austria in comparison to the German Empire. Let's look at Purple. Purple has a lot of cash ready. 10k, I think he's preparing for a build-up spree. He's nearly here. He can just upgrade everything. Otherwise in a nice shape. French nigger, bad. Yeah. Country is looking good. Let's look at the development. Here overall pretty well built. Some stuff that has still some development or can be developed. Borders alright. Alliances are looking really nice. That's I still disagree with that pickup. Overall, it is like innovative that late in the game, even though it has 10% dev cost. Finished some missions, but still has a lot of missions to do. He will probably never do them. Income is pretty subpar. I think he should ask Zaid for some raise. Overall, country is looking strong. Probably solid A tier. Definition of an A tier country. Won't win a world war by himself, but is looking hot. I am not looking at these irrelevant countries. I'm sorry, but these countries are not relevant right now. Haven't done anything all game and won't do anything all game. I think playing in a new world is boring. Slaying beast farmed AI. Nation is rich as fuck. Getting a lot of subsidies from Malaya. Probably fighting against Great Britain soon. Yeah, I just think the country is not relevant. Like all these countries are. Oh, he's getting all the trades to the Philippines. The countries overall here are not relevant, so I'm not going to waste my time with them. Let's finish with Italy. Yeah, close to manpower cap. Over. Yeah, pretty strong generals, really nice army professionalism, well built up. Yeah, it's way above his force limit. Right now ready to go to war. Let's check as he claims. No. No claims. That's something I don't think is correct play. I integrated Algiers, that stuff still has to be developed. Over Italy is pretty well developed. Yep, I like that. Like, oh, what is the income? 552, not that strong, but he's behind in Diplo a lot. I think the administrative pickup is a smart one. No quantity ideas as well. Let's look at the stats. Decent in everything. Can be way better as well. Ruler is pretty bad. I think Italy will have a ramp up kinda soon. And a lot will depend on this front here. Like this will be really, really big in the close future. Like manufacturers are nearly fully built in this country. A lot of conscription centers still left to be built. Barracks are mostly built. Universities as well. Yeah, Italy just needs more room to expand. That's a big problem for Italy right now. This is looking pretty good, but I think if he would get a lot of stuff here. What's the absolutism? 41. Pretty okay. If he would conquer some stuff here. Like this stuff is not built up. I disagree with that a lot. That is barely in a great power list. I would say he needs to annex a lot of the stuff here to continue to be relevant. This land is actually pretty decent as well overall. Not yet developed. Yes, this land. Yeah, a lot of stuff can be done. I think he should go on the developing spree soon. And then start to fight player wars. Yeah, thanks for joining the podcast. I would say the winners overall from this last session are Russia and Yuan. For next session, it's shaping up to be Siam, Russia, Italy, Poland probably. And I will see you and catch you next week.